hit it up, and then we'll start it up.
Uh-oh.
No?
Okay, hold on.
I'm holding. You notice I have no glasses today?
Thank God.
Oh, stop.
This is nice. I don't have my glasses either, so that's
true.
That's good.
Let's go glassless.
Yeah, who cares? We
That's
can't
true.
see a damn thing.
Not a damn thing.
Who's that?
Are we allowed to curse on air? Who's who?
We could, but I wouldn't.
Well, in honor of who are you looking at?
I don't know.
What are you?
Hey,
look at our picture. It's crooked.
I see.
That's
I
terrible.
like looking at this is how I feel. Now I understand your life like this. You know, I'm
I
like,
see life through a Broadway.
Steve, is that you?
What? Oh, you're making fun of my vision.
Everyone says, Steve, how's it going? And who is that?
All right, you know what? I'm having a problem with something.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
right.
Take your time.
It could.
Oh, God.
It may not.
Oh, no.
I won't tell you. You'll find out when we go on.
All right, started.
Sounds like we're good. Maybe. You can watch us on Siblings.
Takes that like a minute.
Yeah, no worries. Sounds good. What was that? Little gas. Creepy. I need more gas. I gotta start getting gas into the studio. Maybe we'll get back Phil Satilli and the right side.
Right, the right side.
The right side.
You're on.
We are on. You know what that means?
This is Cubs Radio.
Cubs Radio.
I always feel like
Guess who's getting some class?
I'm going to college.
Rodney Dangerfield's going back to school.
And that's what I call marine biology. Hey, boys, here's a couple of pens in case you learn how to write, okay?
I love his
When I used
face
to
there.
dream about going to college, this is the way I always pictured it.
Wait a minute, when did you dream about going to college?
When I used to fall asleep in high school.
Here's a book on sex education.
Let me see that.
Bert Young.
World's oldest living
Burt Young.
freshman.
Hey, left out the most important thing. Where to get it? Good teacher. He really seems to care. About what, I have no idea.
have
A little
no
something
idea.
for the kids, okay? Take that, it's okay, huh?
I don't have any kids.
No, kids, we're here. Get yourself some kids. We're here. Take it all right? What a woman.
She is the teacher.
I know, I like teachers. Do something wrong, they make you do it over again. What do you say you and I have dinner tonight?
Actually, I'd like to join you, but I have class tonight.
Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
He's not just the big man on campus.
I love when he
Hey,
dives.
folks, it's on me. Shakespeare for everyone, okay?
Hey!
You too, honey. Ooh, I'd like to tame your shrew.
He's the wildest man on campus.
Shake it up, baby!
Say baby.
Right after this drink.
Rodney Dangerfield, back to school.
Baby,
you know,
come on, I'll work it all out.
you know that year you
Yeah.
had Back to School, and you had Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It was 1986.
Same year?
Same year.
Wow.
Both of them featured Twist and Shout. That literally probably brought Twist and Shout back, the Beatles version of Twist and Shout, back up into the charts.
Wait, this was Back to School, and what was the other movie?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
They had Twist and Shout in that?
They
oh,
did.
yes.
After
You're right.
they did. He does Donkey Shane,
Yeah, he does
and
Donkey
then they all
Shane.
go into Twist and Shout.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you didn't notice already, as we're a couple of minutes into the show, welcome to the Steve Squared Show. I'm your host, Funny Man Steve K. On this, this is a really good date. It's 9/9/19. It's pretty crazy, right? Play those numbers. My dad always plays the lotto on Monday, so
9,
maybe he played those
19.
nines. It's a lot of nines.
Really?
We're broadcasting to you live from Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, New York, on Hempstead Turnpike, where they normally like to keep it. We have, finally, my co-host, the man that keeps the audience entertained and engaged. You know him. You love him.
Hi.
There he is.
Whatever.
How you doing?
We're good.
Same thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Steven Mandracina.
Now, whatever. Look,
Yes.
we
talk
got to
me.
stop everything because
We're stopping
there's
the
breaking
show?
there's breaking news right here.
All right. We got
I
breaking
need to
news.
tell you.
Hold on one sec, Sally. We got breaking news.
This might be pertinent
okay.
to you.
Oh, God.
All right.
Tell me. Lay it on me.
Recovered from a shooting incident, Red Sox icon David Ortiz will throw out the first pitch at Fenway tonight before the Yankees-Red Sox game.
Okay.
Big Papi. He's back, baby.
You know what happened? Wait a minute.
You didn't get to the chopper.
I'll find it. That's what happened. Big Poppy. But I'm glad to hear he's doing better. And they're going to, is he walking or are they wheeling him out under
He
his
is
own power?
walking. There were some pictures I had seen a few days ago. Now, this may not make you very happy.
Nothing
but,
makes me happy.
Gary Sanchez went to visit Big
Oh, I
Papi.
saw that on Instagram. Yep, he tweeted
Former
that.
Yankees.
Yeah, sure.
Now, I'm a Met fan, but
I know
my
you
father, my dad is a
sorry about that.
big Yankee fan, and he gets very angry when he sees
Oh, he doesn't like that.
opposite teams fraternizing.
No
You know,
fraternization.
he used to get so annoyed, when Derek would get to first base.
Oh, and then he kind
And everybody's like laughing.
Well, it's a different
What's
time.
so funny?
We're all encompassed now.
Yeah, we're all
I thought
we're all
you-
millionaires playing a game.
I thought you had real breaking. That's not breaking.
But that's a Big Papi's back.
All right.
He's all right.
All right, well,
He's going to throw out the first pitch.
good for him. He better wear a bulletproof vest.
And what was that? He wasn't even like a target. He just was randomly shot in a bar.
It's very
very
I don't know,
shady.
it's
You're not
very
going to get the
shady.
yeah.
I'm being naive. Right.
Well, I mean, maybe I'm being a little jaded, but it doesn't sound, as they say, kosher. Doesn't sound like a kosher sandwich to me. And you know I love a kosher sandwich.
I know you do.
Nothing like a nice pastrami on rye. Anyway,
never
follow
touch
the
that.
Steve Squared Show and pastrami on rye on, what are we on? Instagram. You can see the Steve Squared Show. YouTube, Facebook, tweet us, call us. As you heard, the voice that keeps the show running. Hey, what's going on, Sally?
Sally.
Kids are back to school.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun. We don't have a dun, dun, dun.
It's the most
Wonderful time of... Now, my sister wouldn't like that because she's a teacher. And she's
Yeah.
been dreading this week. And not only that, she's a kindergarten teacher.
Yes.
Wow.
Very sticky.
They are. And you might have noticed that we opened with Back to School, which was a classic. I was trying to find something to get us into the spirit of Back to School, and what better way than the classic Rodney Dangerfield vehicle, Back to School.
Exactly.
Now, we're going to play a little trivia with Steve and Sally later about some... Now, Sally, you're familiar with the movie, I'm guessing?
Rodney Dangerfield, yeah.
Okay.
Back to school.
So, now, did he perform here?
Yeah, I would imagine that he did.
I saw his picture
I
in
can
the
look it
hallway.
up, but I can't imagine him not.
I saw his picture in the hallway.
Yeah, he wouldn't have a picture up here if he didn't.
Well, I
If
have,
he didn't
I
put
have
it
a
out.
picture of myself up here, and I'm not. I just put it up.
I did that too.
I just put pictures of myself all over here so people would think I'm a comic here. Little do they know. If they listen to the show, they know I'm not a comic.
You're a funny guy.
Funny man, Stevie
That's all
K.
I call you, funny man, Stevie.
So
K.
tell us a little bit about... before that, what do you think of my new shirt? You see this, Sally?
Do people know what that shirt is?
Who is it?
It's... This is not working out. J-Rob. Now, J-Rob is a...
I thought it was a guy from Breaking Bad at first.
He does look like the
Bryan
guy
Cranston.
You're
Yeah.
right. He looks like Walter White. Look at that.
And
right?
that movie's coming out on Netflix in
That is.
October.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that. That's going to be great. Who's playing? Who's...
The danger. I think Bryan Cranston will probably be in it, but it's going to be Aaron Paul mostly, I think, right?
Jesse Pinkman.
Jesse, yep.
Oh, okay, cool. No, this is J-Rob. This is a protein I advocate. I'm a big proponent of. It's an organic whey protein. I tell all my clients
Do
about.
you actually use this product?
Absolutely, I use this product. And so if J-Rob is listening, which I'm sure he's not.
Is J. Rob giving you money for this thing? Is that ad?
I'm
free ad?
I'm
Is it
giving
free
him a
ad?
little free ad. He's actually going to come on board. He's going to be a sponsor. I'm going to get him, Sally.
Good.
So you let who's ever running sponsorship know J-Rob will be on board. as will our new sponsor, which this I'm really excited about. Steve, why don't you show what you're drinking right there? Tropicana just came on board. Yeah.
Did they really?
Sure.
I just happened to be I needed some energy. I was tired all day today.
What's new?
And I decided to go next door to the Cow and have myself a classic breakfast, a Long Island bacon and egg sandwich. With a little cheese, a little salt and pepper.
A little ketchup.
I didn't have the ketchup.
I love my life.
No ketchup?
No, I didn't have ketchup.
What is your now? Speaking of ketchup, I'll talk about Henry Hines later. I always like to segue. What is your go-to now? Would you combine egg, bacon, cheese? Is that a thing you do, Sally?
I wouldn't do bacon, but I do. I like to get over there. I like to get 2 eggs on a Kaiser roll with cheese, ketchup, and salt.
That's why I had 2 eggs, cheese, and the bacon. You can't get away from that bacon in that place. You park and what is that? That beautiful.
That's an aroma you
aroma.
You love it. It's,
come on,
it's an elixir.
Come on, you even like that aroma, but you
really, Steve?
But you stop yourself.
I don't think so. But I'll tell you the aroma I do like, and you can't start a show or the Steve Square Show without one of our best and oldest sponsors. By the way, they'll know soon enough once I send them a bill. Is Celsius. See, Steve, you don't need artificial, not insemination. What was I going to say? Artificial.
Artificial. Did you just say artificial insemination?
Yeah, that's actually. See, sometimes I didn't do well on my SATs, so that's not actually what I'm looking for.
That drink's looking better and better.
Right? Well, this does a lot here. I'll be waiting for the lawsuit by Celsius.
Give you children.
Sure. Take yourself a Celsius and
people at gyms everywhere are getting knocked up now.
Oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah, these supposed to be artificial.
It's actually artificially
out of this
something.
Tropicana, I guess.
Anyway,
you're right.
So let's
listen to that.
Yeah,
sound,
we like to
shall
crack one open on the air. Oh, not a lot of fizz. I got to talk to them. I'm losing fizz now. Of course, all Celsius will be drunk on the Steve Square. Drunk or drank?
Drunken?
Okay.
Drank?
With a straw.
Do you realize what we do when we drink with straws?
Something with the environment, I'm guessing, right? Because I can tell by the insidious nature of your voice that I'm
you
hurting
ever
the ozone layer.
Did you ever see, Sally? Did you ever see the video of the tortoise? Had a straw stuck in his nose, and they're trying to yank this thing out with like little teeny pliers, and it's absolutely horrible. This poor thing, and it's bleeding, and it's just so sad.
Yeah, really
sad. That's why you shouldn't have a straw, Steve. But you need it. It's all right.
Wrong.
That's what I say.
There you go.
It's
There's
just
someone
wrong.
who's going to agree with you. You love your straw.
Wrong.
You
You're
love your
wrong.
straw.
You're just wrong.
That's right.
So here, let's see what we got on the docket today. It's Monday. It's a little. Back to school. September always gets me down. I love the summer. I'm a summer person.
I'm sad when my kids go back to school. I know I'm like the one, but I like them.
Of course you do. Now you have one is college.
One just started college, and the other one's in 9th grade.
Oh boy, these are big years for them. College. What college?
Nassau.
Oh, right here,
Nassau Community,
locally.
yeah.
Oh, so he'll be at home.
He's home. He's got anatomy and physiology, a couple of the classes.
Tell him to join the radio station.
Yes. Now I could help him with A&P because I that's my background training, so I could help him
He
with.
wants to be a nurse.
Yeah. Oh well, that's fantastic.
That's a great thing to do.
You know, I actually, speaking of that, I have to get my CPR renewed. We were just speaking on that. We're going to get our CPR.
Yeah, I think we're going to do that together. I
think that'll be fun.
If you find someone, I'll join you.
Yes, that'll be fun. That's exactly the two people, the Steve Squared Show, you want saving your life. When you're choking on a fishbone in a beautiful restaurant, you want the Steve Squared coming over telling jokes.
Let me tell you that out of the people that are at this radio station, you'd be my guys.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Sally. Now, Sally, I'll have to say, I bet you didn't read Addendum 4A on the agreements not to embark on discrediting other people at the station. I try very hard not to, since I don't know anybody here.
Who I'd list in order. You'd be up on the top.
That's why we like Sally.
Nice
That's very nice. So we'll help you out. Now I understand. I'm pretty good with the CPR thing.
I trust you.
Thank you. I trust you too, I guess. Let's talk about a little our weekend. First of all, the weekend was good. Nice, beautiful weather.
Really wonderful weather.
Nice. I actually got to go yesterday. I took my dad. We went to the car show.
How was the car show?
In Tanner Park in Copeg. My dad likes to see the old classics, the muscle cars. We saw a lot of Corvettes and things like that. It was wonderful. And They had a band playing that was they were playing like I don't know what they were playing. They weren't very good.
I was gonna say, is it like 50s, 60s?
All things. Yeah, it was kind of like a mix of different songs. I can't even tell if it was 50s, 60s or now. It was just loud, amplified.
No, I know.
Electric guitar. That was bad with a lot of reverb, but it was fun. And
music from the South Shore.
It was music from Copeg.
Music from the South Shore.
So that we enjoyed that, and I did get to see, which will be part of our show. I did get to see a movie this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Good Boys, Seth Rogen vehicle.
Oh, let me look that up.
Well, he produced it.
He produced it, yeah, along with Jonah Hill. He was also
was
co-producer.
He on that
yeah,
too?
he was a co-producer.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'd like to help you. How was your weekend, Steve?
It was nice. I worked one day. The other day I didn't. What was that? I was off Saturday.
This is disgusting. There's hair on my microphone.
Oh, God.
I don't like hair on my
We
microphone.
might have to stop the show now.
Well, we know it's not Tony Walker. So
there you go. See, we can do a process of elimination. We know who has hair and who doesn't at the station.
It was probably Eric then, the only other guy who's got hair in that.
Speaking of hair, you look like you got a nice buzz cut.
I haven't gotten one yet, but this is much too long.
It's growing crazily out of control. You look like a hippie from the 60s.
I don't. It's not that as much as I wish I could be a hippie from the 60s. The hair's not going to grow out very nicely, so I will get this chopped off.
So why don't we do this?
It's wispy and thin.
It's not.
And gray.
Why don't we do this? I have a little trivia quiz for us.
Oh, is that so?
If you lose, that'll be the bet. You have to let your hair grow out for a year.
Oh, that's disgusting.
1 solid year.
No,
well, because you're not balding.
Yeah.
You can actually have longer hair.
It comes out really
wiry.
Well, yeah, kind of thin. You know what? I'd be willing to try it, but I would want to color my hair. It's just too white and depressing.
I could do it for you. My dad has cans of spray paint at home that he does the models with.
You could do that?
I could do it for you.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, don't go to the salon. They overprice. You come to my dad's house.
Yeah, we'll take care of it.
He'll do it right in the garage. He'll
Okay.
lay some newspaper down. We'll get you nice.
I might be a little
You can do
nervous.
flat or glossy.
I might be a little nervous. I might be.
My dad'll give you. He's got both kinds.
I might be a little nervous.
No, my
You
dad
got
is
anything
fantastic.
to like to calm my nerves.
My dad likes projects. My mom will keep him downstairs in the garage. She'll tell him, go downstairs.
I know.
What else happened? How was your weekend, Sal? Did you see anything? Movies? Things with the kids? Back to school shopping, maybe?
You know, we were here. We came here and we saw the Uncle Louie show, which is like a.
Oh yeah.
It's like a show on like an Italian show, and it's these two really really funny guys, and it was great. It was really worth it. A very different show, like not like typical stand up, but so we really enjoyed that.
Okay. Yeah, I saw it because I saw the email for it, and I didn't get a chance to go. I was going to ask you if you wanted to go, but I ended up going to see Good Boys.
That's nice.
Now, I know I'm going, as a good friend, I will go if you want to see it again, but I wanted to see, at least have a movie in the can that we could talk about. It was, I don't know if it's your type of movie, Sal. It was, you know,
my older son saw it. He liked it.
Yeah, it was, you know, 12-year-olds cursing,
Yeah.
dropping F-bombs every other sentence.
Yeah.
So that's funny, I guess.
Because kids do talk like that.
Kids cursing is always funny.
Yep.
And that was really the plot of the story, was sex and cursing. You know, the kids are trying to make their first kiss,
Right.
and they're, you know, finding all these funny adventures. And it actually had, I have to say, at the end, there was a little touching moment.
Oh, did you get like a little verklempt?
I did. It was like everybody did. It was kind of this, you know, kind of warm moment where the kids kind of felt that it was time for them to go off on their own and break apart into their own factions.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
that's
like
always
that.
a tough time, you know?
Yeah.
Like that. Me and Steve have tried to do that numerous times. I've tried to go off on my own as a solo artist.
And he says no.
No.
Of course they don't.
So the Steve Squared Show continues. Now, I don't know if anybody has a record of this. How many shows have we done here?
I have no idea.
Thank you. That's why you do the analytics.
What have we done? 20 shows? 25? I don't know.
I don't know. Feels like a while.
I don't know.
No? Wait, why don't I have records of this?
Probably 20.
You think 20?
Yeah.
I could go look it up because I have them all on
Because
my
we skipped some.
on my hard drive.
We
What?
skipped a few weeks here and there.
Yeah, we had some issues. You had the eye problem. You had the eye issue, the summer eye
No, but
issue.
then we had other
You'll be known
issues
for the summer
earlier
eye.
in the year. Yeah, the summer eye.
Yeah, the studio was closed down for a month trying to like get things.
Yeah, we had a studio
together.
issue. We had a studio thing, but we like to be here. What else? So the movie was pretty good. I give it. You know what Rotten Tomatoes gave it?
They gave it crap.
No, I'll tell you.
79%. I just looked it
79.
up.
That's not. You think that's crap for Good Boys? I think that's
Kind of low for.
I wouldn't go see a
Rotten
movie that's that
Tomatoes.
low.
Now, do you rely to see a movie on Rotten Tomatoes?
Heavily.
Really?
Really?
Because I'm the one. I'm the one who they maybe geared towards. So I've learned to trust it.
I've learned
79%. You're right.
that's not fun. To
What's
me,
not
that's not fun. I think it's a lot of fun to go on a whim. If you feel like you're gonna like
Exactly.
it, you want to go see it. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. I think it's a lot of fun to do it that way than to, I got a friend who I also go to movies with, and he's
cheating on you.
Yes,
know.
that's
Did
what
you
I
caught that, right, Sally?
I did.
Good.
And
You're dead. You're dead
and
to
he,
me.
he thinks on like a scientific thing, He's not an artsy person per se. And he says, well, he looks at this like as a consumer service, I'm gonna go see that movie. It's got it only has 79 on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, well, I'm gonna jump at the chance.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm not too interested.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. It's like restaurants and Yelp. There could be lunatics writing these reviews.
There's a lot of people out there, who do these things. The studios have people working for them,
Right.
who are saying bad things about maybe other movies that are
exactly.
in competition.
Sure.
What
doing
about
the
like
same
Amazon though? Do you like care about what the stars on Amazon?
I'll look at them, but I don't. I'll
Like
look
if
at it.
you read the 1 or 2 stars, then
Yeah.
you're not going to buy it. So I almost can't read them because then I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's like if I looking at it for a hotel or something, and if there's you're starting to see a trend of like 10 reviews that are the same, like this is something that you probably know is now it's true. But if there's one maniac, there's always one maniac. There's one maniac sitting right next to me.
I was about to say the same thing.
Whatever. Not doing that board anymore. 20 shows. I still don't know the board. Anyway, so I saw that movie. That was pretty good. I saw it in the city, actually. City movie theaters. Now, guess how much I paid for a movie in the city?
Is it more?
Oh, it's more.
Oh.
It's more.
Let's see. What's admission here now? Is it 14? Is it 14?
It's actually getting higher here.
12 or 14?
Yeah.
About $12 to $14 depending on the
So
theater.
I'm going to say 18.
Yeah, $17.99, $17.90 something. So
And that's not even a 3D.
no,
I think
this was
$17.99 is the price of a 3D show
Right.
out here.
and unlike yourself, I didn't partake in the movie refreshments.
It is the rite of passage.
No popcorn,
No popcorn.
no soda.
No soda.
No, I went healthy.
I wish you
I
just
did
go-
bring a Celsius with me
I
because
know,
I
of
feel
course you
I always have to stay awake. Now the other great part about this movie was hour and 25 minutes I was out.
All right.
Fantastic.
That's
I love a
That's
movie
how it should be done.
fast. I don't.
Just because you're 3 hours long doesn't make you a good movie.
Thank you, Mr. Spielberg. I also I forgot to do this on the other show. Oh, I like to. I have a couple of new segments, but this was interesting. This date in history. Mm-hmm. Do we have music for this date in history?
I don't know, do we?
Let's try it. All right. Nobody's. Okay. Boy, nobody really likes my new segment.
I love when you surprise me with these things.
I try to. Anyway, welcome to this date in history. Now, let's go far back. This is an 1850 date in history. Do you know what happened? Stop looking. Well, you can't see anyway. I'll tell you. California becomes a state.
Oh, nice. Okay.
What do you think about that?
I like it.
I didn't even know
Golden
they were a
State.
state.
I lived there for about 15 years.
Where?
I lived
where?
there for 11 years.
Huntington Beach.
Oh, the
You got a
phone-
phone call.
Oh, we got a.
Oh,
we got-
HB.
Hit
Wait.
3 twice.
Steve, we
must
got a
have
phone
loved
call.
that.
Hit
We
3
have a call.
twice. We got a phone call. Hello, welcome to the Steve Squared Show.
Hi,
Who's this?
this is Kelly.
Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
All right, we got Kelly on the air. What's going on, Kelly? Sounds like you're driving.
I am.
Oh my God, Kelly, be careful.
You got your headphones on, I hope.
Kelly, I
Not,
hope you don't. You're
Hands free.
hands free. We are
Excellent.
a hands free show too.
Nice.
You know that, right? We drive.
Right.
We do the show hands free. Now, Kelly, thank you so much for calling. First of all,
You're welcome.
tell us a little bit about. Now, I know you're a student. How's back to school treating you?
I'm sorry. What?
How's back to school? Now, I know you go to school.
It's good.
Yeah.
Feeling good. Yeah.
Is there anything
to be
new?
back.
What is the students wearing? Is there anything new I should be getting as far as clothes that I should get?
I think it's been more comfy.
The comfy look is in.
Yeah.
I think comfy is always the look in college.
That's always
though.
the college thing is comfy.
Flannels.
Yeah.
You hear that, Sally? So your son should stay comfy.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Short still.
Big slippers.
Big slippers, nice fluffy. Now,
Yeah.
Kelly, I'm glad you called because I'm trying a new segment with the show, and I'll tell you what it is. Hold on, I'm gonna get the blurb in a second. Okay. It's called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Okay. So what we're
I love
doing
the
is,
Kardashians.
I know this is why I knew you'd be the go-to
Wow.
girl. Yeah.
Thank
so
God Kelly's here.
I even have intro music. So before I ask you what's going on, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play the intro. Okay. So hang tight for a second.
Okay.
Let's see.
I had huge boobs when I was 11. I used to cry all the time, please don't grow.
Okay.
How could you not love that?
I
don't understand
That's
these
our new
people.
intro to the Kardashian segment.
Very nice.
So now, Kelly, what season is this
Hades.
mess in?
Horrible.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
What season is the show in?
Oh, I think it's the 14th or 15th.
Oh my God,
17th. It's 17th.
that's fantastic. So what's happening in the show? What's going on with Kim?
Kim, she was having some hand pain in the last episode.
Hand pain?
Hand pain. She went to the doctor.
Oh God.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
What's going on? What about what about Chloe? That's one.
Chloe,
of them.
that's the worst because Tristan cheated on her
Oh.
That's not
Tristan,
right.
Tristan.
with her
Tristan.
sister's best friend.
Oh. Oh
Yeah.
no, that's that. You know what that means, Steve? You know what they get? Oh.
Wow, that boom took a little while.
Yeah, the audience had to file it. It's all. All right, stop it.
Usually I'm a little slow on the uptake.
So now that's the only two I know. Is is there anybody else I should know? What other Kardashian should I know?
Kylie, she's a Jenner, but she has all the money, I think, in the family.
Of course she does. Well, I'm sure they all have money.
Yeah.
All right. So really, the big thing is the whole cheating with Tristan and the best friend, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, so this is going to be our new segment, Kelly. We're going to rely on you. You're going to call in. We'll do like a quick segment. You'll keep us up with keeping up with the Kardashians.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
All right. See,
That's a good thing. There you
that's
go.
Kelly's part of our segment. Now, get home safe.
Let Kelly watch the Kardashians for you
She will.
so you don't
And it's
have
on
to.
Sunday night, so it's perfect because then this is on Monday.
She's even producing the show. Kelly even knows to produce our show. All right, Kel. Be careful. Thanks for calling in.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Kel.
Bye, Kel.
Bye.
Double three, Steve.
Double three.
Or maybe.
There you go. You're connected.
We're off.
That
Wow.
was good. What do you think of my new segment?
I think that's exciting.
All right. Well, Kelly's an expert on the Kardashians.
Thank
and
God.
I'm not.
Somebody could watch the Kardashians
Well, you
because
know-
I really don't want to.
All right. We're trying to get a different audience here. I'm trying to get a different audience. I'm trying to reach out to the younger sect, the Kardashian sect,
The kids.
the kids. I like to throw a bone to the kids. So we get a college girl like Kelly. She's great, very smart, and she talks. She loves the Kardashians. You don't. I'm guessing you don't watch the Kardashians.
No, I don't. I haven't watched it.
We're not up on
but,
it
yeah.
anyway. I knew. Were you impressed? I knew 3 of their names, or Chloe
I was
and.
quite impressed.
All right.
I was trying to think of the other names. I couldn't.
Oh, my parents had an anniversary party.
Really?
Yeah, Friday night my parents had we had an anniversary party. It was really nice. Yeah.
Did you have the anniversary Zeppeli as they do every?
No, I don't know what we had.
I'm
Well,
getting
we had the
confused.
strawberry shortcake. Was nice. Oh, my mom
you-
likes the strawberry shortcake.
Did you have a slice?
No.
What do you do? Do you like starve? at
There's
these
one time a
functions?
year-
Do people say, Steve?
No.
Can't you eat
There's one time a year
One.
I will have a piece of cake.
one piece of cake?
One piece. That's my birthday. My mom makes this great kind of bunt. I guess you'd call it a bunt cake.
Oh,
It's a chocolate bunt cake.
tell me,
Nice.
what birthday would not be the would
That's
be
the only
without-
time you'll
without the
have anything
bunt.
like that.
Yeah.
It's just once a year.
The birthday cake. I mean, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
didn't you have the
what?
Christmas Zeppeli also?
we don't. Yeah, my mom doesn't like. I don't know if she's really making the Zeppelis anymore
Oh.
because it's not.
I thought Christmas Eve she made the Zeppeli.
She usually does. She kind of it goes back and forth with the Zeppelis.
Mm-hmm.
She makes good Zeppelis. I used to love that as a kid. Oh, I used to love the Zeppeli.
Right.
Yeah, or as we call them, regatta puffs.
Yes.
Yeah, not Zeppelis. We call them regatta puffs.
Well,
I don't know if there's a
We're
difference.
getting close to, the Italian festival, to San Gennaro feast.
I know.
Why don't you? We'll go get a.
We'll go
get some. Get a bag of Zeppelis.
I'll go with you.
You want to have one?
If you leave your hair long until we go.
No, can you eat one of those? Come on, it'll
No.
be fun.
I
It's
don't
really
think so.
fun.
I don't. Hey, whoa!
They taste good.
They do. They can't hurt you either.
They can never hurt you, Steve.
What was speaking of hurting, and school? Did you have what was it? Do you ever think about back to school? Like, what was your favorite grade? What grade do you remember that was like your wheelhouse?
My wheelhouse. Oh, I don't know. We'd probably have to go way back.
Okay.
Maybe 4th grade. I don't know.
You liked 4th grade?
Yeah, I liked 4th grade.
Felt good for you, right?
4th grade, 5th grade was good.
Sally, you have a favorite grade?
I liked 6th grade because I had a teacher who was a guy, and I think before that I had like a little bit of a sense of humor that the women teachers didn't quite appreciate.
As a 6th grader?
Well, before that, yeah. So the 6th grade teacher, I just remember he had a conference with my parents, and I was like, oh man. And what I didn't know is that he was having them with every student, and he wanted the student to be there too. And he talked about like how funny I was and delightful, and my parents were like, Sally, right?
Oh my God.
And so I think it was like the first time I was appreciated. And I think it was at that point that I started doing really, really well in school. So I have to give him credit for, I did very well in school. I was all in AP classes and stuff. And I think if I didn't have him, I probably would have been like, this just isn't for me.
And you probably wouldn't be here at the radio show.
Right.
You'd probably be in jail somewhere.
I'd be in jail.
Prison.
Someone's bitch.
Wow.
That's right.
I like that. That gets an applause.
In 6th grade, we had our teacher took us on our final trip. We had a picnic at Marjorie Post Park,
which we just found out is not the Marjorie Post.
Related to Marjorie Post of the Post cereal family. But she bought us. Everyone got All-American. We had bags and bags of All-American burgers.
That's a great lady.
She was a great lady.
Now, explain to our audience, Steve. People don't. We have listeners from Oregon, Oregon. What All-American is?
All-American Burger is in Massapequa, Long Island, New York.
Down the road from where I live.
That's right.
That's right. Sally, don't give where you live. We have many listeners. They're going to be clamoring. You're going to have the paparazzi all over your lawn.
It has been in business since 1963. And it looks like this old, it is. It's this old hamburger joint. And it's outlived all the eras.
$10,000 for me by myself. For that you get the head,
I don't think
the whole damn
Captain
thing.
Quint was there.
They don't serve fish there?
They do.
Might. I think they do. They have a fish stand.
An All-American shark burger.
They have a tuna fish sandwich, and they have
a fillet.
A fillet.
Yeah, they got a fillet. I never had the fish stand.
So, so that's All-American, which is now, I'm happy to say,
they make their French fries from scratch.
Yes, they do. And I've heard nightmare stories about kids in high school working there, sitting in the back peeling potatoes. I don't know if that's a true story or not, but
that doesn't sound good.
But Steve, back in the day, before you became such a your body became such a temple
of doom.
Didn't you ever have an All-American burger? Has it ever reached your virgin lips? Your fat virgin lips.
What? I think I must have had. I must have been. I don't remember explicitly, but I'm sure I did have it sometime.
They were so good. And they even write about it now, like on all the, they've been on the Travel Channel and other things.
Oh, sure.
There's this great video of these two guys. I don't know who they are. One guy was British, and they're sitting there at an All-American Burger and describing this thing. Look at this. This was like so beautiful. Look at this thing. They're perfect. Just the way they're shaped. Just how the heat just makes this like this this sauce or whatever they call gook. I forgot the name for it, but they were just like
gook. Sounds about right.
I know. But it was funny.
Well,
that someone from England would say, well,
gook,
land of bangers and mash. I mean,
bangers and mash, which
couldn't be much worse.
Was one of my favorite bands in high school. Bangers and mash. Oh man, did they make some? They were better than the Beatles.
Please, press that button right now.
Oh sure. I know that's what you meant to hit.
Wow, is it so funny that you know that? Button?
I do know the applause when it's for me. Speaking of disgusting food, on our disgusting food segment, I have a lot of new segments for the show, for Back to School.
All right.
The Burger King establishment, not the McDonald's, the other one, Burger King, they've come out with the Impossible Whopper.
Exactly.
Did you hear about this?
Mm-hmm.
It's
I haven't had it yet, but
it's like what is it? A vegan? What is it?
Pea-based
I don't know
protein.
if it's. I know it's meat. I know it's plant-based. I don't know if
Plant-based
it's
protein.
Plant-based
vegan.
protein.
But yeah, I bet it's vegan.
So it's meatless.
Yeah.
It's a meatless Whopper. That's interesting.
Would you even dare?
Oh, stop it! Are you really going to ask me that? I wouldn't even go in to use the bathroom there. Let alone eat a meatless Whopper at Burger. Come on, please. You know me forever.
One burger with some Heinz ketchup. You like Heinz ketchup?
Well, I know that was a lead into my watched Food That Built America this weekend, and I watched the Henry Heinz story. It was very inspirational. So what I'm doing now is I've been in my basement trying to make the next ketchup, if you will, or sauce.
Okay.
Yeah. Because all these people, I was watching the guy that invented Coke, and they all sat, and their go-to spot was in the basement. That's where they hit it.
That's
big.
where all the creation is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to the basement and I got everything I could find, and I'm trying to make the next big thing. A sauce or a maybe like a sauce.
A sauce on things that you would never eat.
Right. Well, no, maybe something for healthy people. I don't know. Speaking of, let's stay on the food segment for a minute here. Did you ever try that restaurant, either of you, on Merrick Road? I think it's in Wantagh, called the Dirty Taco.
No.
Dirty Taco and Tequila.
No, have you?
No. I was asking if either of you have. So.
Because he's probably not going to go there.
No. It looked interesting. They were a food truck in L.A.
Okay.
Big fusion, big food truck, very popular.
Oh, you know what? I actually did
have heard.
have them in a food truck form. I went to Jones Beach Bandshell a few weeks ago, and they were the truck there. And they actually said it was a Mexican.
Yes.
Yeah, and they said we're actually in Wantagh.
Now,
so I did have something.
How was it?
I thought I don't know. Did you like it?
I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, I didn't think it had a great amount of flavor, but
Yeah. Well, I think anything you have to drive in a truck and then give out in the sandy beach.
It seems like a food
sometimes they're
truck
the
is
best,
where you
though.
find
That's
the
true.
best. There's this one place, and
Because
you
I'm
know-
looking for a taco.
Right. There's this one place, and you might know because you have some roots in Hicksville. That used to be a food truck. My boss, she swears by it. She loves it, and it's got its own store now. It was a truck, now it's a store. It's in the Village Green in Hicksville, called I Am Nacho Mama.
Yes.
I am Nacho Mama.
Love
what kind
it.
of food?
Well, it's got to be Mexican, right?
Mexican.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nacho.
I think they're
Mama.
Ecuadorian. though. I think they may be from Ecuador, but
You're like, come on, Sally, keep up.
Sally, let's go. We only got 20 minutes left. You can make it. Sally's asleep in the booth. We'll wake you up when we're done, Sally.
Crickets.
Thank you.
I'm
Cue
really
crickets.
embarrassed I didn't
Cue
get
crickets.
that.
There we go.
oh, it's a horrible accident.
Sorry.
Oh, Sally, you all right?
Sally's fine.
Blood's all over.
She's wearing a bulletproof
Okay.
bulletproof engineering vest.
Yes.
So we were on that food kick. So I didn't get to do this last time, but it plays well into our food segment.
Right.
I've been reading this book. I want to share it with our audience.
What book is that?
Oh boy, you're gonna like this, Steve. Can you say
50 Shades of Chicken.
50 Shades of Chicken, Sally?
Nice.
Not to be confused with the pornographic movie 50 Shades of Grey. This is 50 Shades of Chicken. So, they have some funny recipes like what did they have? Like falling to pieces. I wrote a couple of funny ones down. I don't even know where they are anymore. There were some funny ones. Wait, hold on, Steve. Let me find it because there were some really good recipes, and I don't want to go through it all. But they had Jamaican jerk chicken. That's funny.
What a jerk.
What a jerk. Olive oil, extra virgin olive oil rubbed breasts. There it is. Look at that. I turn right to the page. Let me show the audience because they think I'm lying. Look at that. No picture.
Wow, look at that.
So there's some. Oh, that looks nice, Steve. You would love this. Chicken with a lot of
Bacon.
Oh, look at this.
Obviously, I'm not the only person in this building that has a love for bacon because if you look in the control room over there, there's a door and there's a Little bacon with a happy face, waving his hand like almost like a Gumby.
Oh, look at this, Sally. This guy
People love bacon.
He's tying a chick. You see this?
Woohoo! It's getting steamy in
Right?
here.
Look at this, Steve.
It's getting hot. Now, you see, is that you?
No, but
Steve!
Right.
Okay, now, tell me if I'm wrong.
You're not.
A few years ago.
Oh, there's more?
A few years ago when we were working at the gym.
Dripping thighs.
You were trying to audition. You were trying to audition for one of these cooking.
I was.
Cooking shows, and you were selling yourself as the healthy chef.
The healthy chef.
And you had the chef's apron.
I did.
And you had the shirt off.
I was going
just like that.
Well, he doesn't have an apron or I tried to at least keep it in the chef mode.
I
but
think
yes,
that maybe
I still have that picture. It was another time in my life, Sally, I'm not proud of. But yes, I did.
Dripping thighs.
I was making dripping. Oh wait, here are the other recipes. There's dripping thighs, sticky fingers, learning to trust. Oh, that doesn't sound funny. Look what the title says. It says, "This isn't just about getting me hot till my juices run clear. It's about stuffing, trussing, and making all kinds of chicken with wine and oil."
Okay.
So it's a kind of a cookbook, but a play, obviously, on 50 Shades of whatever.
Well, obviously that didn't work for you, getting the girls. If I remember.
Well, girls like guys that know how to cook, right, Sally?
Sure.
They love men that can know their way around the kitchen.
You tried to sell that though. What happened?
It didn't.
It was
work.
still 3 o'clock in the morning. You're on the phone.
Hey, Steve, it's a family show.
Okay.
Family friendly. Stay with it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Steve.
Oh, here was the recipes: spicy fowl falling to pieces.
Spicy fowl.
Chicken striptease. I love that. That is really good.
Now we need some music. Here.
And the funny part is, look at the author's name.
F.L. Fowler.
Do you think that's a coincidence? The guy's the chicken book.
Isn't that great?
Last name was Fowler.
A guy named Fowler is writing a book about chicken. That's great. That's just.
Well,
and that's got to be his real name, of course, right?
That is his real name. I think it's time.
For what?
Let me see if I can find it here. Keep yourself busy. I got to play the play. We're gonna do that trivia game because I think I want to see you grow your hair long.
Yeah, it's not gonna
So
happen.
you're not gonna do it?
No. Now the Price is Right. They didn't have questions. The Price is Right, did they?
I know it's more a price guessing game. Whoa, but
Maybe a little Jeopardy music, or maybe some.
So I don't have buzzers for each of you, but
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
I'd like to ask a friend for help. I always ask friends for help. I need a lifeline. Who was? Now this is from the Rodney Dangerfield Back to School vehicle.
Oh man, like that! I saw that like 1,000 years ago.
Come on, you can do this, Sally. Now raise your hand. What was Rodney's character's name? Wow,
I have no idea.
I knew Steve knows. Go ahead,
I have
Steve.
no idea.
Thornton Mellon.
Yeah.
When is the last time you saw that movie?
It's been a while.
You gotta understand.
It's been a while.
Steve, with things like that, Steve can remember things from like when time began. I knew Steve would do well on this. Okay. Question number 2. What was his profession in the movie?
Teacher.
No.
Principal.
No.
Student.
You're done, Sally.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Steve.
He was the owner and proprietor of a national chain of big and tall men stores.
Close. Big and fat.
Big and fat.
Big and
Okay,
fat.
you know.
Well, that made the
big
joke.
Right, yeah.
But that was the joke because he used to ask the women. He goes, "You should stop at my big and fat."
That's why Rodney's a comedian and I'm not.
Well, you're right there.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Maybe Sally will get this. We got to get Sally back in the game.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get in the game in this movie.
Sorry. Who played his son's college roommate in the movie?
I'll give
Steve?
it a chance. You sure you don't know?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Sally's good.
I
She'll-
don't remember anything about this movie.
Okay, go ahead, Steve. Neither does any of our listeners nor anybody alive. But go ahead, Steve.
Robert Downey Jr.
That's right. Woo!
Oh wow.
Now, the frightening part is I did not go over this with Steve, as most people would think. He just knows this. And I knew he would. I got one more. Oh, this is an easy one. Because who played the history teacher?
Oh, come on.
That's an easy one.
Do you want to guess,
No.
Sam?
Was a screaming comic? I guess he was a comic. He would scream all the time. Maybe he even performed here.
I'm sure he did. He definitely. I could tell you for a fact he did perform here.
Screaming. He used to scream on the top of his lungs.
Did he have like red hair and stuff and died of a heart attack? Who's that guy?
That could be a lot. That could be anybody
He
on
died
Long
of a
Island.
heart attack. No, I don't. It could have been a heart attack, but I don't think. Was it?
Or are
red
you
hair?
thinking? I could think of a couple of screamers.
Give us a couple of names. Give it a try.
All right. I don't know.
That was quick. Sally gives up.
Can I give you a hint? Give
Yeah.
Sally a hint?
Go ahead, Steve. Give her a hint.
I could picture them. I just can't think of their name.
You live in a desert!
Yeah, I don't know.
That wasn't a good hint.
No, it was one
Give her a
of the
better
bits
hint.
one of the bits he did about the people in Ethiopia starving.
Oh.
You live in a desert, there's no food!
Sam Kinison.
Yeah. He was the one I pictured, but I couldn't think of his name.
No.
Red hair? Does he have, you think he has red hair?
Sam
No,
Kinison?
no.
Oh.
It's another one.
Okay.
I had huge boobs when I was 11. I used to cry all the time, please don't grow.
I think that's going to be a great segment. All right. Anyway. So that was, you obviously won the trivia quiz on Back to School.
Well,
Very good for you.
Whatever. I just
Good,
like the
Steve.
movie. It had nothing to do with victory or anything.
No,
like
no,
that.
no. It's okay.
It's a nice try. So.
You need these little moments in your life to keep you going. What else we got going on today? Oh, this is really exciting. I kind of feel like I need a
Yes.
catchphrase. I need like a catchphrase.
These
Something
pretzels are making me thirsty.
almost like that. That we sign off the show with.
Okay.
So I was working really hard and I found one.
What choices do you
Wait,
have?
you didn't tell me about this.
Well-
this is on the paper.
Well, Steve, the time I was preparing for the show, you were next door at the cow place getting an egg sandwich, killing yourself.
I want
no,
you
I
to know
did.
that
I have
that
more energy now than I ever. I have the strength of 1,000 madmen.
Mad Men is correct.
Jeff Zervos.
Jeff Servos.
Oh, he named Sam Kinison. Just
That's
wanted you to know.
you know I know. Tell him thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff is a buddy of mine. He's a writer.
Right?
Great guy. Thanks for listening, Jeff. If you can hear us out there, Jeff actually trains with me. We used to
Really?
train together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How's he doing? Is he doing well?
Yeah, he always does well. I haven't seen him in a bit, so I definitely have to reach out to Jeff. Thanks for calling in. Now, Jeff is good like that. He's like you. He knows a lot of movie, TV trivia. He's very invested.
You just get me at the right spots. There's a lot of stuff I don't
that could be
know.
taken wrong. That's not good to say, especially right after 50 Shades of Chicken.
You know, you brought that up. That's your
That's
baby.
another thing you
That's
don't
your
wanna say.
baby.
It's just terrible. None of these. I'm not going with any of these. These are one-time segments that'll never be done again. I'm erasing the blurb of the boobs from
You already
Kim.
know.
I know. That's what you do. You try things.
You try different things.
I throw things against the wall. See if it sticks.
Can I tell you a story? What I did last Friday night on my show,
Talk
my
to
radio
me.
show. It's I'm not
I know you
even
have to
gonna-
promote your other
no,
show.
I'm not promoting my other show. But I'm gonna tell you anyway. So, you know, I try to keep the show interesting. I
Where do
try
you
to-
have a show, Steve?
It's on.
I hate both of you.
It's on 90.3 WHPC, the voice of Nassau Community College.
Where your son goes.
Yes.
Fridays between the hours of 6 and 8 in the evening. It's everything and anything.
That's a catchphrase.
Yes, it is. So that's what I do. I try to do a variety of music and do crazy segues. So I try to format the show in a way that, you know, that'll help me, that make it a little more interesting. So
Okay.
I figured, you know what? I always do like a monkey song every show,
Right.
usually towards the end
I
of the
do
program.
know this. Yes, I listen.
I will
Meaning the
do
monkeys,
monkeys.
right?
All right, because I like the monkeys, as does my friend Rob, who loves the monkeys also, who does the Beatles show after us. And then I decided, well, you know what? I never play Beatle music, only because there's 3 hours of Beatle music on after me. You know, so I've always tried to stay away from it. So one day I said, you know what? Let me do one Beatles song, and I'll play it like far away, and yet I'll promote the show. I'll put the Beatles on at 6:30 at night. So I do 6:30 Beatles. Makes no sense in the world. Sounds silly. It's time for 6:30 Beatles. And if it's 6:28, it's 6:28 Beatles or 6:31 Beatles, whatever. So anyway, this kid who listens to me says, "Yo, you do the 6:30 Beatles. Why don't you feature something else?" So like what? Oh, like 50 Cent.
Oh.
And so I thought about it.
Yeah.
And so last week I premiered this new exciting segment. So we have Beatles, 6:30 Beatles. At 6:50, we have Fitty at 50.
Oh my gosh.
And we started in the club. You would have loved it, Steve. It was great.
I do love that.
Oh, shorty, it's your birthday. We're going to party like it's your birthday. Rob comes in and he says, that was horrible. Well, I think we're going to stick with 50 at 50 for a few weeks and see what happens.
I think you should go back to the Monkees.
And then I went into Sinatra, which was a crazy segue.
So you did Monkees, Sinatra, and 50 Cent.
Well, no,
you need
times the 2 hours.
You need a producer for your show. I'll come over and help you guys.
But, you know, I can...
Sally, can you help them?
I have my own developments like you do. You know, you can... I know.
Well,
I try to be creative.
I love it, and I think I always welcome your input. You can always, you're part of the show too. See, if you're part of the square, you don't just show up and just, act charming.
I am quite charming, though, am I? Yeah.
Yes, I do. Now,
it was the orange juice.
Drink your orange juice while I talk about our next thing that I was very interested in. So it's back to school. Everybody's getting back into the gyms, and you have all these crazy diets, right? Everybody's into these new diets. So you have, keto diet. I have the paleo. There's a big debate over the paleo versus Oreo diet. Did you hear about this? No.
No.
No, I made it up. But now I know you'd go with the Oreo diet over the paleo diet. Nothing but Oreos.
I couldn't do it.
24/7.
I couldn't do nothing but Oreos. I love Oreos, but not that much.
And then there's
I could do an all macaroni and cheese diet.
Ugh, God.
Could do an all Oreos diet.
So this doctor, Stephen Guntry.
Guntry.
That
was a weird.
Yeah,
that was a weird way to.
Guntry. He's a ex-cardiologist, and he came up with the leaky gut diet. He talks about how certain kinds of proteins make people have toxins in their stomach, and that's how they gain weight. So he calls it the leaky gut diet. So I tried to see if this guy was a quack, and I go on his video. It says, watch this presentation. Of course, it was an hour and a half, and he never got to what the leaky gut diet was.
He wants you to buy something.
Yeah, buy his leaky crap.
I hate that.
Crap!
I hate those things. I've stopped looking at them.
That's my gripe.
I've seen enough of those.
It was really... So what I did was, I sent him an attachment. You know that, right, Steve?
I love when you send attachments.
I'm very excited about... I sent him an email attachment.
This is unacceptable!
And it is unacceptable because that's not correct. So I came up with the greatest idea.
Why can't a bicycle, when you place it, just stand up on its own? Because it was too tired.
You stealing people's material, Milton?
I don't even know where that came from. Is that really? I don't know. But forget about all these crazy diets. You don't need your paleo or your Oreo or your keto. Doesn't have to even end in an O,
What do you do then?
It's pretty good, right? That could be my new catchphrase.
I know.
Don't roll your eyes at me. We're on TV here, Steve.
Is this TV or is this like...
I don't know what it is. But somebody's watching us. Obviously, Jeff is. So you were actually gifted this to me, and I'm thinking that the world needs to understand what the secret...
I did give this to you.
To the perfect body, Sal. We have the secret.
Okay,
the Holy
good.
Grail is right here.
Waiting to find out.
It's not 50 Shades of Chicken.
Now, if you remember back in the day, when we were kids, there'd be these ads in the comic books.
I never read the comics.
But now they had sold this. And I said, oh, my God, Steve would love this.
Fitness in a box. This is it. This is how you get in shape, become a new man or woman. Back in the day, they didn't have women. It's only men.
They just had men and...
It was just men.
And
leopard... In leopard loincloth.
Leopard loincloth.
Now, you can see that to the audience. So that's
Who is that?
That's Charles Atlas.
That's Charles Atlas.
The world's most incredible man. Now, this is back in the 30s, so men are a lot better now.
Be like Charles Atlas and never have sand kicked in your face again.
Right, that was the whole shtick.
Precursor to Jack LaLanne.
He was exactly which I'm writing the book, the biography. You don't know Jack.
Right.
It's coming along nicely. I'm on page 2. I just finished my my dedication. It took me the whole summer to write the dedication to all the people.
I used to watch him all the time. I thought it was great.
Sure.
And there's no book on him, so I've been really invested. And Steve, you know this. I've been doing the research, watching the videos. I'm watching the old black and white YouTube videos, and he does all the things. And he always says you got to work the front porch and the back porch because they couldn't say ass and whatever on
now,
TV.
Steve, I have a question for you.
Have a question
about Jack LaLanne. And
sure.
If I know all this stuff about movies, you must know all this stuff about Jack LaLanne.
I do.
And I don't know this, so I don't.
You don't. In other words, you don't know Jack.
I don't. That's right. So I don't have an answer to
That's
this.
my new phrase.
What was the name of Jack's German Shepherd that used to exercise with?
Happy.
Really? Did you really? Is that true?
That's true, right, Sally? I knew that.
Is that true, Sally?
It was, yeah.
But he actually had 2. He had 2, right? I don't know what the name of the other one was. I think it
I
was.
only remember
Maybe it
one.
was sad.
When
No.
I lived in California,
That was nice.
Sally, you might know, the show I worked on, which was A Current Affair. We had worked in the LA bureau, which was in the basement of Channel 11, of Fox 11. And the room we worked in was actually the studio where Jack LaLanne did a show from. This basement studio. And I just laugh because, like, God, I used to watch this all the time when I was a little kid.
Right.
Doing his jack. You'd see him in the shadows doing his jumping jacks, you know, with the organ. And
It was good, right?
yeah.
So in this box, Steve, look at this. This is great. Yeah, I thank you for this. They have there's a little book.
That was cool.
10 steps. 10-step book. What else do we have in here? Oh, look at this, Steve. There's a tape measure in here.
Nice.
Nice. So you can measure. You want to keep track of all the muscles you're getting. And this crap in a box is $14.95.
Wait, no loincloth?
I thought there would be. They don't even include a loincloth. Nothing.
Not even the guy?
not right.
Like no guy or underwear?
There's a giant picture of Charles Atlas, and you could buy his complete body dynamic tension kit.
Okay.
But I do thank you for this, and I'll put this over here for later. We'll use this.
Was
later
there anything in
tonight.
the book that made any sense to you? Did you ever?
I mean, it's a lot of hogwash. It's just hogwash.
I figured you may pick something out there.
There's nothing.
That
It
sounded
was-
absolutely ridiculous.
it was
Holy
ridiculous.
moly, look at that.
What?
It's 26.
I know. So I'm going to give a quick rundown of what's going on around Long
going on?
Island.
It took me a minute to start, so don't feel like you need to be a little
We
rushed.
got a few minutes. Okay, so
I am rushed. Well, it's okay. I think the people have had enough of us anyway.
this is unacceptable.
This is unacceptable.
And I finally do have a This is Unacceptable, which we'll talk about the next time.
Well, you throw one out. Do a quick one. Acceptable.
Well, I was on the train the other day coming back from the Met game. The game, mind you, that Noah Syndergaard blew 10 runs.
Oh, God.
It was miserable. And then, so I left early, a little early, just early enough so I missed the crowds. So, like, right around the 8th
What crowds were there?
inning.
Stop
there
it,
was
Steve.
still a crowd there.
There's nobody there.
So I managed to catch the train
It's like this.
back to Woodside. Do we have a call? Are you
Oh.
kidding? Do you want to take this?
Go ahead. Let's
We
take
can
it.
tell the story
We have time.
some other time.
Double tap. Hello, and welcome to the Steve Squared Show. You're on the air. Hello? It's probably Margaret Smith from Oregon. It takes time for the call to patch through.
That's all right.
All right.
So I
You
guess
can
we'll
disconnect.
see you later.
Yeah, it's probably a wrong number. Hit the other thing, Steve. There you go. Now, try it again. Lift it up and close it down. Oh, my God, Steve. What are you
You just
doing?
lower the phone volume.
Yeah, I'll take it right off. They're off. I got you, Steve. You're done. You don't have to. It's off, Steve.
It's off. We're off.
Yeah.
Okay. We're done.
I had you off anyway. So go ahead with your
So
nonsense
anyway,
story that somebody
so-
called in to try to. I actually tried to call to interrupt his story. I called from my cell
I know.
phone.
I'm like,
So I'm
Sally
sure-
called like, we got to end the story. It's
I
getting
know,
annoying.
I know, Steve, you've probably experienced this. Sally, you have also, being that we've had experiences on the Babylon branch. From
Babylon.
Flushing, you need to take the train to Woodside to get back. So you go west to go east.
See.
It's ridiculous. So anyway, we take the train, and I looked on the phone, and the train was going to all be ready for me. By the time I get in, I could get transferred to the train back onto the Babylon branch from Woodside. I get to Woodside, get out. Our train's waiting for us. Everybody gets on, except for the last few of us who were the last cars. And they knew we were there. The doors closed.
no.
And that's
They
it. It's
left.
gone. The story's over already, so don't
That's
try
awful.
to fix that like that. This is unacceptable.
This is unacceptable.
For once, I'm angry.
I know. I like when you're angry. Get angry.
You're poo-pooing on my story.
I'm not.
So-
That is unacceptable.
What'd you have to do? Did you have to wait?
He ran home
I
from
had to
Queens.
wait. It's ridiculous.
Ugh.
I'm sorry.
And
Oh, it's the-
why are we paying? Why are we getting mugged $21 round trip for these people?
I agree. I don't like. I'm the same way. I've had it. I've
went-
had it with the trains.
I went all Jack Lemmon on these people. And what is your badge number?
You don't know
okay.
Jack.
You will be hearing from my attorney.
You'll be hearing from my attorney, George Kellerman. Kellerman. So, speaking, we're the only two that know any of this. So
The
don't even worry,
out-of-towners.
Sally.
That's your assignment. The out-of-towners.
The out-of-towners.
The original.
The
with
original,
Jack Lemmon.
not the Steve Martin
crappy
vehicle.
Steve Martin
That's
Goldie
Goldie
Hawn
Hawn.
thing.
That's crap.
That was too.
So
Warm and fuzzy.
we'll finish with a little bit around Long Island. There's a couple of events I think you don't want to miss. This is, again, at the Plainview Public Library.
Oh, I like that library.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Lots of things going on there.
Yeah, they're having a jigsaw puzzle exchange. So what you do, now what you do here, is you bring a puzzle and you take a puzzle.
Okay.
Okay, useless.
Like bring a book, take a book.
Yeah, their idea is bring a puzzle, take a puzzle. I think they should do that with spouses. You bring your spouse, you don't want it anymore, you take somebody else's. The spousal exchange. What do you think about that? No?
Oh, with a library card, sure.
You know,
exactly. Thank you, Sally. Yay! Anyway, there's a was that, how do you pronounce that? Mahjong?
Mahjong.
Oh, okay. Now I'm guessing, okay. Was she in Kill Bill? No.
She wasn't.
No? Okay. There's a mini marathon going on, a Mahjong marathon. Me and Steve are going to this.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to get
People
tickets?
are really
The
into
three of
that.
us can go
People
together.
are really into Mahjong.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
It's like a 60-year-old old lady thing.
Okay.
Yeah. And they
don't
sit in cafes and not buy any food.
Oh, you hate them, don't you? Steve hates those people.
Oh, they got really annoyed one time that they oh, give us free samples. I gave them free samples. Said, oh, it's delicious, but I would never eat this. I'm a diabetic.
Ancestry.com. They're having a big Ancestry.com event. My niece was actually interested in this. She wants to find out her ancestry.
Okay. I'm afraid of Ancestry.com, to be honest. That 23andMe thing. It's a bit scary.
You don't want to find out where you come from?
I would love to find out where
I have a good idea
it's
where you come
the fact
from.
that they know where you come from.
That's how they track
And
it. That's what the government does. Why do they need to know where your ancestors are?
Why?
Yeah. You don't like that, right?
That's right, Steve. Come on, Steve. You're just as paranoid as everyone else. You know that.
I think mine traces back to Canarsie. I go all the way back to Brooklyn when our family came on the SS Minnow in a 3-hour storm. Yeah.
3-hour tour.
All right.
I thought 3-hour tour. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just working with
Anyway, so thank you, Steve. Thank you for correcting. So yeah. So thank you guys for always sharing your time with us.
It's lovely.
And you at home. Really, thank you for the callers. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Sally.
You're welcome.
That's not my catchphrase. So let me lay my catchphrase on you right now. All right, we'll end with this. Sit back and enjoy.
You're all yours, buddy.
Everybody and everybody is different. Remember that. This is the Steve Squared Show for September 9th, 2019.
It's very warm and fuzzy.
Thank you. You are what you eat. And once again, thank you for sharing a little bit of time with us. And we'll play you out. What should we play you out with?
I don't know.
Yeah. That's what's up. Get crazy.
That's what's up.
I'm the sweetest bitch you'll ever meet. After I have sex with a guy, I will rip their heads off.